Trust and respect are crucial in every mentoring relationship. These two qualities are among the 7 key ethical tenets that guide any mentoring arrangement and relationship. They establish a safe and encouraging place and space for collaborative learning. This sense of place being the foreground, space in consideration of the background. So the foreground would be the conversations that you're having. Sometimes we explain the background as the feelings that you are having. Some of the words that we would associate with trust, consistency is that if you're going to go from A to B to C, you do so in that logical format and it's upfront. You understand what's going on. Sometimes what happens is people go A to W to P to M to C and miss B altogether. So that sometimes can throw people off. The sense of honesty and integrity is that what you're saying, what you're sharing is of truth. The abilities you have to do the job, you are not making it up. What you actually are able to do and contribute, you have those abilities. In other words, those strengths. And reliability is that, for example, if you show up on time for your mentoring session, reliability would be that you show up every time at that same time to show that you care enough to be there. And again, it leans into the consistency. This is ways to understand trust. Words you would connect with respect are holistic safety in the sense of the psychosocial safety is that you're taking care of yourself and you're taking care of each other. And the confidence that you bring to the conversation means you have that self assuredness. The kindness, caring is ever present. You understand that you're attempting to improve the worth of the connection, to seek out the insights, to get the answers to the questions. And often you lean in traditions, like, for example, when you start up your connection for the time you're together, you might start, well, what's happened over the week? Well, share what you've learned and open it up that way. And there's always consideration given to possibilities and potentials. You don't shut those out. And so, if we take a look at it this way in terms of how they connect, trust builds when persons feel respected, and respect deepens when persons prove themselves trustworthy. Give up on any aspect of this statement and like a strikeout and don't do it, you will get a sense of there's no trust and there's no respect. So make sure that you keep this statement forefront in your mind while you're mentoring. Over the years, from a personal perspective, as a facilitative mentor for 30 plus years, this is something that I figured out early enough that I could leverage it when I was in my mentoring arrangements and connections. And it's around trust and respect is when and where unique journeys meet adventure together. It has a bit of whimsicalness to it. I appreciate that. But the mentor mentee, I was on a unique journey. The mentee I was interacting with is on a unique journey. When we bring those two journeys together, then that's an adventure that we can go on. And what I attempt to do is, okay, we could have a good or a great adventure together. But I was always saying, come on, how can we make this memorable, remarkable, extraordinary? And that was how I was attempting to bring trust and respect into the mentoring arrangement, the relationship. And once I caught on to it and I actually spoke this way, acted in this way, I found that the mentoring time, the mentees' outcomes, it was wonderful. We had a great time. And it actually led to this whole notion of reciprocal in terms of many times the mentee became my mentor. And that is a true sense of trust and respect in action. How to seed trust? Here's 4 ways that I have found to be useful in all my mentoring arrangements and relationships. First off, be reliable. I shared that reliability word with you earlier, and it's true. Be reliable. You demonstrate what you require and request out of the time together with the mentee. While you're in it, listen well, and you would encourage the mentee to listen well. And that requires don't jump back in with quick responses. Sometimes you may have to take that second or so before you respond. Now, the key here is to keep things private. Now, there's exceptions. If the mentee may say going to do harm to self or others, then you may have to counter this one and find a way in which to deal with it. But as you continue to move forward together, make sure that you share honest feed forward. Is that if you're sharing something that would be a suggestion of improvement, development, then make sure that it's shared at the time that it makes sense, not sharing something, well, it happened in our last meeting. No, do it while you're there. If you need to bring it up in the next meeting, then you've already seeded that you provide honest feed forward and you want to share a little bit more about whatever that issue may have been. When it comes to how to seed respect, here are 4 ways. Show you care. Now, this is the connection is when you're careful, you're taking care of the mentee over yourself. If you're being careless, you're taking care of yourself over the mentee. Finding the balance called caring, show you care, is really important. And acknowledge the ideas that you hear, because that gives you clues as to what they are picking up. What are they understanding? What are they valuing? So really listen to the ideas, in other words, the insights they're sharing back to you, and be alert to your own. Treat everyone equally. Every time you go into a mentoring arrangement, relationship, there shouldn't be some criteria that says this is better over this one. Equally bring mentoring to the foreground and use it to the benefit of the mentee and yourself. Remember, you're helping them out on their unique journey and you're adventuring together. And apologize when needed. I have done this a couple of times. I have said some things and I went, hang on a minute, I don't think that's quite correct. That's not how I want to express it. Apologize, correct. Sometimes what happens is I might give the wrong link or muck up my timing and I may have to apologize, and that's okay. And sometimes you may not have the answer to the question, and you would say, hey, listen, I'm not there with an answer. Let's figure out together what we can do. Now, what's really great here is if you take those 4 ways to seed trust and the 4 ways to seed respect, and you mix and match them and make sure you bring them into every mentoring arrangement and relationship, it's a great way to prepare yourself going in, because the mentee that you're interacting with may need one of them or both of them or combinations of them a little bit more in the mentoring time together. And having them sort of at the foreground, sort of if you think about them as here are the 4 ways, how might I mix and match them? Then it gives you a chance to stay a step ahead. In other words, you're reflecting on what's taking place as you're reflecting in to figure out how you can be of the best support to the mentee. As a way to remind you moving forward, trust and respect are ethical tenets. They are ways in which we interact with one another. Morals up to your skin, ethics from your skin out. We share trust and respect that allow for open, wholehearted, collaborative conversations. This is a framing of conversations to converse with one another that is collaborative, is that both of you can be assertive in your ideas and welcome it while at the same time being cooperative. If you go out of sync with those, then you slip out of collaborative into something else. So Trust and respect are the ethical tenets that allow for this open, wholehearted, collaborative conversations. And I, for one, I would encourage you to always and then always find that way of mentoring. On our adventure together, resources are important. And therefore, I would ask, please subscribe and comment on this video. And if you want to learn more about mentoring and the different aspects of mentorship, mentor, mentee, we have videos at YouTube at Mentor Practices. Also, if you're interested in certification as a mentor, there's a link here at wealthmovement.com/mentor, and you can explore the possibility of certification. It's a certificate of practice journey mentor. Again, if we can be of any other assistance, you can leave a comment on the public facing comment section of this video. Alternatively, you can go to wealthmovement.com/contact and you can send us a private message. Look forward to our adventure together. Take care.